Hello, fire signs. Um, I would say this is a pretty straightforward reading. It might be tied to the air sign reading because I see some patterns here in how things were laid out. Um, but it doesn't have to be honest. I don't see like specific air sign characters here. What I do see the main elements, I see earth, fire, obviously, and maybe some water, but not much. So as main people, I see earth and fire. So basically the reading is you're in a situation of disconnection at the moment. You're experiencing some disconnection. Um, in the near future, you will have something illuminated, which is the same pattern as the air sign. So maybe it's a thing that's happening for different collectives. It just applies differently to everybody, obviously. And you have, though, I think, a difference like with air signs, again, because obviously every person is different. And also like the element is different. So in this situation, I think you're seeing yourself differently. It's in, you're, it's like you're in the state of sorrow and regret and things not coming. And one of the words that I heard was widower. So if you've actually lost somebody, then condolences. Sorry about that. Let's see what else I got here as messages. So one was widower, wallowing in sorrow and regret, love offer coming. We have disillusionment, sticky situationship as well. So for some of you, instead of losing somebody, there was like a sticky situationship. So maybe a pattern of non-committal energy. I heard I love you as well. So that's nice. Celebrating achievement. So maybe in the near future, some of you, that enlightenment that I saw will be like an achievement. So an achievement will be highlighted and you will be celebrated. And indecisiveness related to the past. So let's say overall, you will have some good news coming. There are still some fears and things that need to be processed. I think you need to be mindful of how you view things and people around you. I hear you're not, I heard one of the first things, to be honest, that you're not ready. And I know it's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, especially if you want things to change for the better. But I think, well, it might be just for some of you, if you're going through grief, it takes time to relieve that a bit and to be open to maybe new connections, especially if you don't see yourself as being ready, or you don't see your environment as productive in that way. But in your mind, I think you're clearing up your mind and you're sort of like lowering your defenses as to allow something good to come. So that's a good move. That's a good thing. I think you've overcome some indecisiveness in the past. And you've, I want to say, done waiting. You've done waiting. There was probably missed opportunities, or you walked away from new beginnings or new offers, either because they weren't what you wanted, or because you didn't see them, or they weren't offering what you needed, something like that. Yeah, anyway, in the present moment, let's start with it. In the present moment, there's the Eight of Wands reversed. So there might be some thoughts of traveling, but other travel cards I don't see here, to be honest. It's just non-movement, non-slow, delayed progress, blockages, and the clarifying card was the Ace of Cups upright. So it's relating to emotional fulfillment, to love opportunities, things like that. I did hear love offer coming. So, and indeed in your environment, I do see the Princess of Cups. So there might be something brewing, there might be some potential. At the moment, though, in your present, I don't see any movement around that. And the crossing card is the high princess, the high priestess reversed. So disconnection. That's why I started the whole reading with disconnection. The clarifying cards were the hermit reversed, and the king of pentacles reversed. You might have dealt in the past with an earth sign, or in the recent past, actually, the earth sign, that is affecting your perspective on this. There maybe caused some disconnection there. Another option would be since this is a general reading. And in the recent past, we have also the Emperor reversed. So we're talking about institutionalized systems and authority situations. And then we have the Pentacles here. And then how do you see yourself as the Prince of Pentacles reversed? It might be that you embody a specific earth energy, so you're focused on your career a lot. And thus, and the Hermit, with the Hermit reversed, it is like self-isolation comes. So maybe you're focused a lot on the material external things, maybe because you need to for whatever reason, you know. And this causes like an imbalance with your, maybe neglecting a specific side of yourself. You're not seeing something, you're not connected properly to intuition. It's like you're trying either to overcompensate or maybe. So, you know, this can be tied a lot also like with jobs, actually. I started as a love reading because I've seen like Ace of Cups, Princess of Cups. Then further along we have Ten of Cups, which is a family situation. We have the Three of Cups, which is celebratory thing. Then I got the widower, love offer, whatever. So I put this in the perspective of a family relationship, that kind of thing. But having a proper look at it is actually, it's all tied also with money, your career, money, because we have ace. So we have the wheel, which is very similar to this Ace of Pentacles here. No, this is like that. Then we have, you know, the career-wise situation here, the structures, the systems. Then we have the King of Pentacles, the Prince of Pentacles. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So there is further along the Two of Pentacles. So it's as if from the past, dragging into the present, we have a very pentacle energy, so very earth-like energy, which I think it might be a bit unbalanced and is characterized, dominant by a sense of waiting and lack of reciprocity and lack of offering or missed opportunities or not getting what you want, and a high sense of defensiveness and indecisiveness, and non-movement. So there's like a stale situation, not leaving, going behind, maybe going in circles, and that created a lot of unwanted needs and stuckness, I want to say, because I got sticky situationships. So for some of you, maybe it could be a thing that applies in your relationships, including your work relationships, and sort of like dominates your life in one area and the other. You know, like lack of commitment that affects all areas basically. And I think you want to move forward from this, but you're seeing yourself still in this energy of non-receiving, and you're kind of disconnected from your own, I want to say, sense of identity, but it's who you think you are rather. It's like you're not connecting to your higher self, that kind of situation, you know, which is a more abundant perspective. It's like sometimes we have difficulty, we're in the muck of it, we're like working towards it, and nothing is happening. And it's almost like in certain situations, it's like the universe is telling us this is not the way, because the more you push forward, it's like getting blockages over blockages. Sorry about that, let me see. Blockages over blockages, and it's not fulfilling basically. So it's as if you need to embody a different connection to yourself in order to produce something else, that kind of thing. That's probably one of the main messages of the near future sun card, which enlightens specific things. I'll get to it. It makes sense though. So yes, so for some of you, you've dealt with an earth sign and it was like a repeating situationship where you either offered and they didn't want to, or they, you know, it wasn't sort of disappointment. For others, you're very focused on your financial situation, and that caused like material excesses, that caused some sort of emotional stalemate, because maybe you've got to a certain point where whatever you do outside is not satisfying you. So the only thing you can do, especially if the romantic area and romantic social area and the work areas are tied by the same, are connected by the same fears and lacks and patterns, then if you're not getting like productive responses and results, then it's sort of like, well, I've tried that, it's not working. I might as well just do this, you know, and focus on this. But it can get you back and forth into this unstable, non-fulfilled situation. You can just trying back and forth. with the same, having the same tools, the same options, the same situation, basically. So it's sticky. It sticks, you know, it's like,